The government has sponsored a bill in Parliament that seeks to address long-standing security issues. The bill was introduced in Parliament through the House Committee on Administration and National Security. But even though it has been lauded as vital in dealing with security challenges, flaws within the bill have been highlighted. But in spite of the sentiments of displeasure from a section of the public, House Committee Chairman Asman Kamama maintains that it will streamline the country's security sector for good.
For a very long time, you will hear this committee complaining that the executive is not delivering, especially on the area of gathering intelligence so that terrorists can be nabbed. This bill has actually come up with an article that empowers intelligence officers to actually arrest and take preemptive action on any suspected terrorist.
But opponents maintain that if passed, it will reverse democratic gains made over the years, sentiments supported by law commentators. According to Jared Okelo, a law expert, the introduction of the amendments in the country's security law is misinformed.
Every law that is being crafted, particularly to do with security, must always put human rights at the center stage of every consideration. We are not going to say or adopt the shoot-to-kill order just because somebody has been seen walking in a suspicious manner or holding a gadget that probably is pointing to the fact that he could be a terrorist.
Okelo holds the view that the president still reserves sufficient powers to enforce law without extra legislation.
He doesn't need any extra bill. He doesn't need any extra law. He is the chairman of the National Security Council. That in itself is good enough. He has access to all the intelligence information. If Uhuru Kenyatta wants to know anything about Jared Okelo, he can know it within the next 2 minutes.
In proposing the amendments, the executive cited complexity in laws and structure of security apparatus as a greater challenge to security, but Okelo differs, pointing the accusing finger elsewhere.
Matter security, as I said, you do not have to rely on legislation. The intelligence officers, instead of listening to phone calls, people talking to their wives and sending them M-Pesa, they need to make good use of that office by collecting the right intelligence information, acting appropriately on them, and moving very swiftly to address the security matters of this nation.
And even as the bill awaits debate in Parliament, Okelo warns that the executive should rethink its strategy on security or risk opening doors to another monster that will cause more harm than good. Eric Biegon reporting for Channel 1 News.